Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look at a new Big Finish audio CD that I've purchased. Now, this is the first Big Finish audio CD that I'm reviewing here, which is, as I mentioned in that Alien review, if that's been up now on the channel, whether or not it has, I don't know, but anyway, basically I'm reviewing my DVDs and CDs, i.e. audio, Big Finish audio stuff, on here, this shelf with my Classic Who DVDs, so yeah, that's the thing now, as it just makes it more convenient to go through the packaging. So yeah, the reason why I got this one was because it's Louise Jameson. I absolutely adore Leela, and also my best friend over at Nerd Central sent me a link to Big Finish, and there was somewhat of a discount on Companion Chronicle episodes. Yes, the Companion Chronicles, that's whereabouts it says that. So yeah, this and the ideally next story from Big Finish that I'm going to be reviewing are the two Companion Chronicle stories that I got. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go through the packaging. Here we have K9, we have Leela, obviously, we have this like ghost-like creature, we have some planets in the background, we have the secondary console room for the 4th Doctor, you have the Doctor Who logo here, in the sort of old Tom Baker logo. Louise Jameson performs The Time Vampire by Nigel Ferraz. I don't know how you pronounce his second name, or his name full stop, because I'm terrible with names. Then you've got the 4th Doctor in his sort of time vortex effect, with John Leeson as K9, Big Finish there. You've also got Classic Doctor's Brand New Adventures at the top, if you couldn't see that already. Then at the bottom you've got the Companion Chronicles. Okay, and at the spine you've got, what have you got at the spine? You've got the Audio Adventures of Doctor Who. That's what you've got on the spine. On this side of the spine you've got Doctor Who Time Vampire in this sort of orange motif. 4.10, which basically means it's in the 4th series and it's the 10th episode or story. And then on the back you just have a blurb with some idea of who the people are who are performing it. It's an hour long, and on disc you just have this sort of John Pertwee spirally effect, time vortex effect, so that's purple, much like the sort of booklet. And also you have the reversible cover, which you know, when you buy it, it just comes with the 1996 TV movie type logo, but I much prefer the old sort of old Tom Bakery one, because it stands out a lot more against the sort of purple motif of the box, or the CD case, should I say. So now on to my thoughts of the episode, the story, whatever you want to call it, itself. What did I think of it? There are some minute little nitpicks here and there. One being, I thought K9 could have been in it a bit more. He was in it, but I just felt like he wasn't in it as much as I would have liked. And even when he is in it, it's just not his wasted potential. He is just sort of malfunctioning in this story, and so you get that very well done for with John Leeson. There you go, that's his name, John Leeson. Big thanks, or big props to him even, because he played that well. You know, but I just feel like K9 could have sort of assisted the story, the narrative a bit more, because otherwise he could have just not been in the story, and not much would have been taken away, really. Also, I think the ending is a bit dragged out, and I think that could have been sort of edited down, or been could have been edited down, or could have been just a bit more sort of you know, sort of what's the word? Refined, that's it. The ending could have been edited down or refined a bit better. Aside from those two nitpicks, it is a phenomenal story. I wouldn't suggest it being sort of the first episode you get to get into Big Finish, but it is definitely worth purchasing if you're a big fan of Leela's character. Why I say that? Because it delves into her character quite a lot. I forgot to mention on the back it does say the Time Vampire takes place at various times between Face of Evil being Leela's first episode and The Invasion, which is her last story, and Empathy Games, which is another Big Finish story. Now also in the writer's notes they do make it quite clear that there are two other Big Finish audio CDs in the Companion Chronicles with Louise Jameson as Leela and as Tom probably, and those two link in with this, so it's a trilogy. Now, whether or not if I go back and listen to those two and then listen to this one, if this one will be even better than what I think it is now, I don't know. But on its own, it stands well. I don't know if I need the other ones to have fully got this one, because I feel like after listening to it twice, it's still a very sort of complex and sort of convoluted story, but it's done in a way where it's not too complex that I felt like it was uncomfortable to watch, or too much sort of stuff thrown at me that I couldn't decode it or sort of unravel what the mystery was of the time vampire or any of the other time shenanigans that happen. I.e., I didn't think it felt like, say, Ghostlight, Ghostlight, yeah, even. So yeah, I think it's sort of like Wedding of Riversong done well. It's a very timey-wimey episode. Louise Jameson is phenomenal in this. She plays herself being, Leela, her character. She also plays Tom in this, and she also plays another character, and she does that phenomenally. She is amazing in this. If you like her character one bit, I think it's a must-have. This one, as I say, is a must-have for any fan of Louise Jameson or just the character of Leela, because you really get into that mindset of, the Seventeen, and you get this sort of backstory about the Seventeen, which you never get in the narrative of the mainstream show, I don't think, which is that their sort of belief system is that of an old sort of warrior tribe, i.e. that they believe that when you die you get reincarnated into another body and stuff. And if you've listened to this, you know what I mean. I'm not going to ruin the story for you, but yeah, and it's definitely written in a way that it makes it feel like it's her last story, but then the way it ends sort of makes it feel like both an end and a beginning, which is really complex, complex and complicated if you've not listened to this one, but if you have, then you might know what I'm on about. She plays Tom phenomenally, considering that obviously Louise Jameson is a woman, so she doesn't have as deep a voice as Tom. She does his deeper voice magnificently. She does him a lot of justice. She is phenomenal. How she is able to go from this sort of unsophisticated, sort of primal, idiotic-y type language to this really intellectual language that's, way above most people's understanding. I don't get how she can just go, between that, like, in an instant. Big props on her part. My only other gripe is that the sort of story feels like it's not really grounded in one particular place. It always feels like it's sort of, 1 minute we're here, next we're here, next we're there, then we're back there, then we're somewhere else, But I guess it kind of makes sense considering the plot and the way in which, the sort of timey-wimey stuff happens. Oh god, I can't believe I just said timey-wimey. Anyway, as I say, I would say this one, if you've only just sort of, if you only really if you only really have watched Doctor Who and you never really listened to a Big Finish, and you watch Modern Who and Classic Who, again, the biggest comparison that I can make for this story is that it's like Wedding of Riversong but done well. It's very timey-wimey. It makes sense, I guess, if you can decode it, and that I'm still a bit like, what is the plot again? But it's just such a fast-paced, sort of fun, energetic sort of story that even though I don't fully get the sort of whole story, it's just a romp to get through. It's an hour long, it's 2 parts, You know, the title sequence just sounds phenomenal, as always. Louise Jameson is amazing. She also plays another character, this woman who doesn't sound anything like Leela or Tom. So yeah, she's not only playing one character, nor two characters, but three characters, and she's doing the narration, i.e. basically setting the scene. So she'll be like, I was down this very long wooden, corridor with only a few lights above me. And then, Leela will say, hello, is that the doctor out there? Sort of thing, or something like that. So in conclusion, what do I think of The Time Vampire? I would give it, out of 10, an 8 out of 10. It's nowhere near as good as, say, Embrace the Darkness. Audio quality wise, it's 10 out of 10. It is definitely one of the better ones than, say, ID or Embrace the Darkness. They are not that good audio quality wise. But, purely story wise, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10, which is not bad at all. The lowest score I've given a Big Finish audio CD is a 7. And even then, that's like way better than the worst episodes in the new series. So yeah. A must-have if you're a fan of Louise Jameson as Leela, and yeah, I can't praise this one enough. 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.